if you can navigate the modern world quietly, without constantly having to explain yourself or compete for space with noise. Perhaps your body has developed something rare, the ability to exist lightly amidst chaos. This isn't shyness or disinterest. It's a specific way of processing life, and it may reveal emotional superpowers you were never taught to appreciate. This video is not a diagnosis. It's simply an invitation to observe with care certain ways of being that, instead of being flaws, may be sophisticated ways of protecting your energy, absorbing the world, and keeping your essence intact. Perhaps you'll recognize some of these traits in yourself. Perhaps you'll better understand someone you love. If any part of this behavior seems familiar to you, share it in the comments. This is a quiet space to recognize yourself and better understand your own superpowers. You can go hours without talking and it doesn't bother you at all. Some people need to fill the silence with anything. Not you. Your body has learned that being quiet doesn't mean being empty. On the contrary, silence has become an internal space where you organize your thoughts, feel your own rhythm, and remain present without needing to prove anything. It's as if you have a secret room inside yourself, and entering it is natural. This can happen at a family lunch, on a car trip, or even at a party. While others talk non-stop, you observe, feel, absorb. It's not discomfort, it's a choice. Your body knows that not every presence needs to be noisy. And this, curiously, makes you seem more solid, more reliable, more real. This silent superpower creates a kind of magnetism. People feel they can trust you precisely because you don't fill the air with empty words. Your quietness doesn't push people away, it invites those who truly want to be near. And the most interesting thing, you never forced it. It simply happened because your body understood that silence is also a language. His body learned to observe everything around him without needing to participate in the noise. You walk into a crowded place and, in a few seconds, you've already mapped out who's tense, who's happy, where the energy is heavy. It's not paranoia, it's reading. Your body has developed a kind of emotional radar that works on its own without you asking permission. While others are focused on talking, you're picking up on layers that no one else notices. This happens at work, in the supermarket queue, on the bus. You notice the couple arguing silently just by the way they avoid looking at each other. You notice the restless child before they start crying. You sense when someone is pretending to be okay. And all this without needing to interact, without getting involved, just observing, as if your body were an antenna always on. This superpower of silent observation protects you from many things. You are rarely caught off guard because you've already sensed the atmosphere beforehand. And more, it gives you a wisdom about people that no one teaches in books. You don't judge, you just see. And this vision, even if tiring at times, keeps you safe and aware in a world that rarely stops to notice what's really happening. You can sense when the atmosphere is heavy before a single word is spoken. You arrive somewhere and you already know. You didn't need to hear anyone complain. You didn't see any arguments, but your body sensed it. Something's wrong in the air. It could be the meeting room at work, a friend's house, or even the atmosphere in your own family. You feel a pressure in your chest, a tightness in your throat, and you think something's not right here, and you're almost always right. This isn't your imagination. Your body has learned to read subtle signals that most people ignore, a slightly altered tone of voice, forced silence, someone's rigid posture, while others enter without a second thought. You're already adjusting internally, preparing yourself, creating a safe distance. It's automatic. Your nervous system acts before your mind even understands why. This superpower of sensing emotional climates gives you an invisible advantage. You rarely get trapped in toxic situations without realizing it. Your body warns you before you get hurt. And even if this makes you seem suspicious sometimes, it's actually pure emotional intelligence, the ability to read the invisible and protect yourself without drama, without confrontation, simply by stepping away when necessary. If you've noticed this way of reacting in yourself or someone close to you, right, this sounds like me. This helps this video reach more people who think and feel similarly. Your posture naturally relaxes in crowded places, as if you were floating among the people. While most people tense up in crowded places, you seem to find a way to relax. It's not that you necessarily enjoy crowds, it's that your body has learned not to resist them. You relax your shoulders, let your breath flow, and simply go with the flow. It's as if you've discovered that fighting the chaos only makes things worse, so you've chosen to move with it. This happens on the crowded subway, at a party with lots of people, at the mall on Saturdays. Your body doesn't freeze up. You don't push anyone. You don't aggressively fight for space. You just glide between people like water. And curiously, this means you rarely get hurt, rarely bump into things, rarely get lost. You adapt to the rhythm of the place without losing your own center. This superpower of flowing instead of resisting saves you a lot of emotional strain. While others leave crowded places exhausted, you leave only physically tired but internally whole. Your relaxed posture doesn't mean fragility. It means you've understood something profound. Not every battle needs to be fought. Sometimes, power lies precisely in knowing when not to fight. You're not competing for attention in a group. Your body simply waits for the right moment. Some people need to talk over others, interrupting, forcing their own voices to be heard. You don't do that. Your body has learned to wait. You observe the rhythm of the conversation, sense when there's real space, and only then speak if you think it's worthwhile. It's not insecurity, it's energy conservation. You simply don't see the point in shouting to exist. This happens in meetings, among friends, even in family discussions. While others compete to see who can speak the loudest, you remain silent. And curiously, when you finally open your mouth, people stop to listen, because your voice carries weight. Not because of its volume, but because of the waiting. You only speak when you have something real to say, and that makes all the difference. This superpower of not competing for attention protects you from unnecessary stress and gives you a more solid presence. You don't need to prove yourself all the time. You don't need constant validation. Your body has already understood that value isn't shouted, it's demonstrated. And the right people will always notice that, even in your silence. You don't go unnoticed. You just wait to be noticed by those who truly matter. His hands remain still even when everyone else is gesturing nervously. Have you ever noticed? When tension rises, people start fidgeting with their hands. They gesture, touch their faces, tap their fingers on the table, cross and uncross their arms. Not you. Your hands remain still, relaxed, as if the nervousness of others doesn't affect you. It's not coldness, it's internal control. Your body has learned that external agitation doesn't resolve internal agitation. This appears in moments of conflict, in difficult conversations, even in situations of anxious waiting. While others drum their fingers or clench their hands, you keep yours loose and relaxed. It's almost as if your body is saying, I don't need to show what I'm feeling to process what's happening. And this creates a calmness around you that people feel, even without understanding it. This superpower of keeping your body still amidst chaos gives you a silent advantage. You project confidence. People look at you and unconsciously relax a little. Your physical stillness calms the atmosphere, and more than that, it helps you think better. Because when the body isn't busy responding to nervousness, the mind can work with more clarity and less emotional noise. You absorb information just by looking without needing to ask anything. You enter a new situation and, within minutes, you already understand how things work. You didn't need to ask 1,000 questions. You didn't ask for detailed explanations, you just observed. Your body picks up patterns, rhythms, ways of doing things. It's as if you have an invisible manual that writes itself while you pay attention. And this happens naturally, effortlessly. This becomes apparent on your first day at work when you learn the team dynamics just by observing. In someone's home, when you already know where things are without asking. Even in traffic, when you understand the flow and fit into it without confusion, while others need verbal instructions. You've already absorbed everything through observation. It's not that you're more intelligent, it's that your body has learned to read context. This superpower of learning by observing makes you extremely adaptable. You manage on your own in most situations. You don't depend so much on external explanations because you've developed an internal capacity to decipher environments, and that gives you autonomy. You don't get lost easily. Your body already knows that. If you pay enough attention, you'll understand what you need without bothering anyone, without exposing your doubts. Your face doesn't react hastily. You process first, then respond. When something happens in front of you, news, an unexpected comment, a strange situation, your face doesn't immediately reveal anything. You don't laugh right away. You don't visibly get scared. You don't react with the automatic response most people do. There's a space between the stimulus and your response. It's as if your body has an internal filter that analyzes everything before allowing any outward expression. This can confuse people sometimes. They tell you something expecting instant react. Quiet, processing it. It's not disinterest, it's depth. Your body has learned that reacting too quickly can mean reacting wrongly. So you feel first, understand the weight of the situation, and only then choose how to respond. While others regret impulsive reactions, you are a leader. This superpower of processing before reacting protects you from many problems. You don't say things you don't think. You don't make emotional decisions that you later need to undo. Your calm face, even it seems distant, holds something valuable, genuine control over your own responses. Endovertime, the people around you learn to respect that because when you finally react, your response has weight, truth, and real intention. If this explanation has made things clearer about your personality, please comment. Now I understand better. Your participation strengthens this self-awareness community. You find peace in urban chaos because your body already knows how to filter out what matters. The noisy city, the traffic jams, the streets full of hurried people, or that pushes so many people to the edge doesn't break you down in the same way. It's not that you don't notice the chaos. You do, but your body has developed a rare ability to filter what deserves your attention and let the rest pass through as background noise. It's as if you have invisible headphones that select what gets in. This happens when you're walking down a busy avenue and somehow manage to think clearly, or when you're in a crowded and noisy place but still find an inner space of calm. While others become irritated, overwhelmed, exhausted just from being there, you find a way to exist amidst it all without getting lost. It's not indifference, it's bodily wisdom. This superpower of filtering chaos allows you to live in the modern world without becoming fragmented. You don't need to escape into total silence to recover, although you appreciate it when that happens. Your body has learned that peace isn't always in the environment, but in how you relate to it, and that gives you freedom. You're not held hostage by external noise because you've built an inner fortress that no chaos can completely destroy. Your mind has built an inner refuge that no one sees, but that keeps you whole. You have a place inside you. It's not physical, you can't touch it, but it's real. It's where you go when the world gets too heavy, when you need to breathe, when nobody understands what you're feeling. Your body has learned to create this refuge on its own and inner space where you can be completely yourself, without masks, without explanations, without judgment. This can happen in the middle of a boring conversation, at a party you didn't want to be at, or even at home surrounded by people. You absent yourself internally without leaving your place. Your body stays there, functioning on autopilot, while your mind rests in this secret refuge, and nobody notices. On the outside, you remain present. Inside, you are recomposing yourself, reorganizing yourself, remembering who you are. This superpower of having an inner refuge saves you every day. It's what prevents you from getting completely lost in the demands of the world. It's what allows you to keep functioning even when you're tired. While others depend on vacations, getaways, external changes to recover, you already carry your own oasis. And this, even if lonely at times, gives you a silent strength that few people can understand but that keeps you whole when everything around you seems to crumble. If you recognized yourself in several of these behaviors, perhaps it now makes more sense why you function the way you do. It's not a flaw. It's not strangeness. It's your body doing exactly what it learned to do to keep you safe, whole, and true in a world that doesn't always value stillness. These traits you carry: silence, observation, calming chaos, are not weaknesses in disguise. They are real superpowers that allow you to navigate life in a unique way. And the most beautiful thing about all of this is realizing that you were never alone. There are thousands of people who deal with the world exactly like you, who feel the weight of their surroundings, who process things before reacting, who keep a secret refuge within themselves. Recognizing this in yourself is already a huge step. Understanding that your way of being has logic, purpose, and value that changes everything. Have you ever noticed this type of behavior in yourself or someone you care about? Share your experience in the comments. Sometimes, just reading similar stories makes us feel much less alone. If you enjoy content that reveals the hidden superpowers in your personality, subscribe to the channel. Here, we look at common daily habits with a calmer, deeper, and more human perspective.